We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is.
Hello. Ow. Okay, not our normal intro. My skin on my hands gets so incredibly dry during the winter. And that means my knuckles tend to split. And dang, I just hurt myself so bad when I went to knock on the cards. Let's try that again. Hello. Not a strong knock for us. My name is Chel. My pronouns are they, them, and this is Phasecraft Collective, your weekly check-in with the tarot to get the vibes, see what's possible, see what is coming with the week ahead. It's Sunday morning, fam. It's Sunday morning. My hair's a little damp. You know, things are happening, but I'm getting this done early so that I can post it, like, right away in the morning on Monday? Who am I? I'm Chelb. We all know that. Well, maybe you don't, but now you do. Anyway, so if you haven't been here before, yes, it's always this chaotic. It's a cool week ahead, y'all. I'm really excited. I decided to take the next 2 weeks off from my day job because I have vacation time. And we have all these like holiday breaks coming up. So I'm like, I gotta use my vacation time before the end of the year. Might as well just give myself a 2-week staycation for Samhain. And speaking of Samhain, we have 2 classes left, 2 events left in the Season of the Witch Autumn series. So on Thursday, we have Spellcraft 101, which is all about creating and casting your own spells. I'm so excited. I love teaching about spell work. And then on Halloween, on Thursday, October 31st, we have our Samhain spell circle in which we will discuss what Samhain is, where it comes from, why we celebrate it, how we celebrate it, and then we will do a spell together. I'm very much looking forward to it. As always, the info and links to join will be in the episode description. So come hang out with me for Halloween. It's gonna be a blast. But let's get into it. Let's get to the cards. Let's see what's possible, what's happening. Oh, wait, no. One more thing. I still have Samhain readings available. So on Friday, November 1st, Samhain runs from the evening of October 31st into November 1st. So the 20-minute Samhain reading day. 20-minute readings for $44, all virtual, happens on Friday, November 1st. You can snag your spot at the link in the episode description. Okay, now let's get into it. If this is your first time with me, we take a few moments at the beginning here to breathe and ground, cast a circle, set the container before we get into the cards. So we're going to do that now. If you'd like, you can join me in closing down your eyes. You can always just let your gaze settle down at your cheeks if that feels better, or land somewhere else out in space. Just take a couple of breaths. Let yourself land. Feel your shoulders rising and falling, your rib cage expanding and softening. And feel the spot where your body is anchored to the earth. Whether it be your feet on the floor, your seat on a chair, your back on a bed. Just become aware of that point of contact. Feel the weight of your body being held by gravity, by the earth. I'm going to call to the spirits and guardians of the elements, and as I name them, I invite you to imagine their essence creating a circle of protection around you. Maybe a circle of salt or a ring of trees or stones or flowers rising up from the ground. Maybe a ring of fire or a moat of flowing blue water. Maybe just a force field of air or any combination or something different altogether. I call to the spirits and guardians of the north of Earth, the deepest roots and the tallest trees, of the stardust that gave shape to this planet and to our bones. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the east of air, of wind and breath, of thought and change. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the south of fire, the life-giving sun, the powers of creation and destruction, cleansing and renewal. Hail and welcome. And I call to the spirits and guardians of the west of water, the oceans and our blood, the rivers and our sweat, the rain and our tears. Hail and welcome. We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. You can take a couple more breaths here. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right. Got my morning tea here. So, what day is it? It's Sunday, October 20th, but we are looking at the week of October 21st through the 27th. So, if this is your first time, I just shuffle the cards and let them fall out. I don't follow a certain spread. I don't ask for a certain number of cards. So we probably end up usually with somewhere between 10 to 15 cards. 10 of Pentacles right out the gate here. We're building foundations, fam. 10 of Pentacles followed by the Fool. And this is the perfect week to start something. We got it off the table. To start something. And 8 of Cups, maybe to walk away from something. Wow, we'll get into that. But also, like, we're coming into Scorpio season, right? So Scorpio is all about facing our inner worlds, facing the things that we maybe don't want to, doing shadow work, trusting our intuition, leaning into the knowledge of our bodies. Scorpio is a water sign, but it's also extremely sensual as far as like communication with the body. And so, with that energy, that is how we get to this idea of, wow, they all want to fly off the table today. Starting something new while also leaving behind the things that tether us to what doesn't work. We've also got both the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. And when they show up together, it's like such a double whammy because they have so many similar attributes. Words are hard. That was a big group that just all fell out together. So I'm going to put it over here. Let's see if that means anything later. Should I look at that pile? No. I agree. It's too much. It's too much. I asked if I should look at the pile that all fell out together, and the Nine of Swords came out, so we're gonna say that that pile is irrelevant. Nine of Swords is like overthinking and doing too much mentally. Okay, lots of pentacles here. Sometimes they flip and they start to move, but then they don't actually fall. And then we have to see if that's actually real. Okay. I think we are finished here. Is that it? Every time. Is that it? No, one more. Still more to say. And okay, that is definitely it then. Okay. My friends. So, as stated, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Eight of Cups. I somehow got really far away from my camera here. So, the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Eight of Cups. I love this energy, as I already mentioned, of like, we are starting something. This, the energy this week has a lot of possibility to start things that will be lasting long-term foundations for legacy, for future, for stability, right? The Ten of Pentacles also speaks a lot to family. It speaks a lot to how we build networks of safety and support. And again, this is legacy. This is long term. So it's just that energy of like, whatever you do now has the possibility to take you into your future in very big, very exciting, very major ways. With the Eight of Cups coming out with these friends, the idea that things need to be faced and released in order to make that happen is very, very present. And it's not like the Eight of Cups is usually like we're walking away from something that like we've mastered. We've gotten everything we can out of a situation. And in this particular case, I want you to think about the inner stories that you've always told yourself, whether it be about yourself, about what your future is going to look like, whether it be about the people in your life, whether it be about your skills and what you can actually do. I want you to take the time to evaluate them and break away from the ones that are untrue, or the ones that prevent you from fully seeing what is true. Yeah. Then we have Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. The Devil is also here, and the reason I'm talking about these together is because we're talking, like I mentioned with Scorpio season and like sensuality and like knowledge of the body, right? These are all very embodied cards. With the Empress, we have major fertile ground for like creation and expansion. For, again, like planting the seeds and growing something long-term and lasting that is exciting and fulfilling. Whatever projects you have been wanting to start, now is a great week to start them. Now's a great time to start them. And with the Queen of Pentacles, oh, that's the Devil. With the Queen of Pentacles, then, it is that reminder that in the excitement that comes with the Fool, right? In the instability that can come with change, even if it's just changing our minds with the Eight of Cups. The body, the material world, is an incredible way to ground yourself. Right? We spend a lot of time in like the spiritual, like metaphysical, esoteric space, like talking about the internal or like the outside of. But the material, like the physical form and the physical like presence, is just as important. We are beings of this earth. We interact with real objects every day. So as much as we want to, detach ourselves from materialism, there's a need to not fully separate ourselves from what is like tangible. And the Queen of Pentacles is that like connection to tangibility, to resource. There's a lot of glare coming in, so I'm just like trying to not let the cards be so shiny. To feeling safe and held in our physical bodies and taking care of our physical bodies and our physical space. So like if you want to talk about like, shadow work, clearing our environments is an incredible way to clear our energy. So what can you do this week, whether it be like a full top to bottom clean of your apartment or your house? I guess some of you probably live in homes. Big money over here, just kidding. Whether it be organizing something, decorating something, making your bed every day, if you want to. I personally could never be bothered. How can you use your physical space to anchor you and show you that you have the power to create change, as simple as it may be? And then we come to the Devil. Through all of this, we have to release the things that, even if they feel good, sorry, there's something in my eye. I'm gonna rub my eye behind these cards here. The things that, even if they feel good, are preventing us from seeing what is possible for the future. Noticing where attachment to like the physical feelings become crutches, where comfort or pleasure becomes a veil, becomes a distraction, right? So there's balance here, because we do want those things. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good. There's nothing wrong with seeking pleasure. And we have to face when it is, again, distracting us from doing the work that the Eight of Cups, that Scorpio season, wants us to do. But, so then we got some more things here. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which, again, coming back to the idea of like starting, like laying the foundations of building something lasting that we've already talked about. And like the Seven of Pentacles has this essence of like looking to what has already been done. But Nine of Swords, not letting rumination on the past, on past successes, on past failures, on lessons learned, not letting that rumination get you to a point of being stuck, of saying, well, now what do I do from here? I'm saying like, well, actually, I actually failed about that last thing. So how am I supposed to do this next thing? We look to what we've already done, both good and bad, not to punish ourselves, but to see what we can learn, what we can take to add to the foundations of what we're building now. The Seven of Pentacles is like very like, it's possibility while also being a little wary of where we're going. And wariness isn't bad until it becomes worry, until it becomes, like overthinking or over caution, that again prevents you from seeing what is truly possible. So Taco is saying hello. So yes, look to your past, look to what you've accomplished and what you haven't accomplished to decide how to move forward with the things that you want to build and create now. we're finishing out here with the Page of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. And the Page and the Four of Wands, like, both represent this, like, forward-moving energy, this threshold, this passing through of some form of, like, initiatory, like, I've decided to go. The Four of Wands is marked by some sort of, like, occasion or acknowledgement, right? The Four of Wands is like a celebration card, and it is a card of like having a stable foundation to fuel the adventures, the creative process that you're going on, right? The Four of Wands is getting the support in place so that as you go out on this journey, you don't lose groundedness, you don't lose sight, and you always have somewhere to come back to recuperate, to process your thoughts. But the Page of Wands is like so curious and so creative and so exciting to be around. And that energy is extremely fertile and present right now. So how are you going to take advantage of it? Then we come to the Wheel of Fortune, which serves as this reminder that even as we go through these processes, even as we apply ourselves and like become committed, there will always be things out of our control. And all we can do is ride that. All we can do is focus on what we do have power over. And that is where the progress lies. I still have something in my eye. It's driving me nuts, but we're almost done here. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. So even through this exciting time of like creation and process, remember not to take on too much. Tell yourself no when you need to. Tell other people no when you need to. Because if you take on too much or you start doing too much too fast, you will quickly lose sight of the 10 of Pentacles, like, legacy future that we want to create. Okay, cool. That's the reading, folks. What a good one. I'm really excited for this week. I already was, but, like, now I'm extra excited. Okay, let's go ahead and close the circle here. So, if you'd like, you can join me in closing down your eyes if it feels safe and good to do so. Take a couple more breaths. Let everything kind of settle and soften. Reimagine that elemental circle that you put around yourself. And take a big, deep breath in. Then exhale, letting your breath scatter those forces, sending salt and air dissipating into the ether, letting water sink back into the earth. Same with trees, flowers, stone, and extinguishing fire. Opening the circle and releasing the energy. And I release the spirits and guardians of the west, the south, the east, and the north, sending you back to your place in the natural order with praise and with gratitude. I send the energy of all those watching and listening back to them whole, complete, and intact. I take my energy back to myself whole, complete, and intact. May we remain friends, though our energies are no longer crossed, corded, or tangled at all, starting now. Take a breath, feel your energy settle into you, all yours. The circle is open, and so it is. Cool. All right, my friends. I mean, I already told you everything that you need to know. Oh, but I mean, like, I also did open up some daytime tarot reading spots for the next 2 weeks since I won't be at my day job. So if you've been wanting to get a reading, but there hasn't been a time on my schedule that's worked for you, see if over the next 2 weeks there's something in like the morning or afternoon that would, and maybe we can get together. Otherwise, yeah. Samhain reading day, Season of the Witch, final 2 classes, all the good stuff is in the episode description. So that's the end. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. week. Also, rest of your weeks total. And I'll see you next time. Bye.